During this epic tour, many eminent personalities of African countries, including heads of state, ministers, parliamentarians and paramount chiefs, had audience with Hadhrat and attended the receptions given in his honor. Tumultuous welcome greeted him everywhere. He consistently attracted large crowds during this trip, some amongst the largest ever assembled in the Jamaat history of West Africa. In Ghana, on the 15th of March 2004, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Agyekum Kufuor, personally welcomed him in the country. The President also attended and addressed the annual gathering of the community in Ghana in Hadhrat's presence on the 18th of March 2004.
I took to the lectern because I just want to tell all of you I'm one with you in expressing joy and happiness in welcoming His Holiness, who, as I say, is a Ghanaian, because it was here by his own autobiography, or is it the CV prepared for me by Mavi Wahabadam? It was here he started the mission, his mission, to serve humanity in the Ahmadi movement.
In Burkina Faso, the Prime Minister Paramanga Ernest Yonli and President of the country, Mr. Blaise Compaoré, had an audience with him on the 26th of March 2004. Similarly, the President of Republic of Benin, Nicéphore Dieudonné Solio, invited him to his palace and exchanged thoughts on matters of mutual interest. It was the first ever tour by a Khalifa to Benin. The officials readily acknowledged educational, social, as well as spiritual services rendered by the movement. Newspapers, radio and television gave wide coverage to his travels. This journey was a tremendous success in many respects. In fact, it heralded a new era of preaching in West Africa. In 2004, Hadhrat Khalifatul Masih V inaugurated MTA2, the second channel of the community's satellite TV station. He is very mindful of the community's well-being and needs. From the very beginning of his Khilafat, he took a keen interest in reorganizing the daily schedules of MTA to cater for the needs of different time zones of the world. He personally chaired meetings with the MTA's scheduling department and some members of the MTA board to revamp the scheduling of the channel. This led to the idea of having a second channel to provide a better service at appropriate times to different parts of the world. Under Hadhrat's constant supervision and guidance, MTA2 finally became reality on the 23rd of April 2004. From the 21st of June 2004 to the 5th of July 2004, Hadhrat visited Canada, where he was given the privileges of a state VIP. Upon his arrival in Canada, he was greeted at the airport by various government officials, which included Judy Scro, Federal Minister of Immigration and Citizenship, Joe Volpe, Federal Minister of Human Resources, Jean Augustin, Federal Minister for Multiculturalism, and various other MPs and officials. The federal government police force escorted Hadhrat's motorcade throughout the visit. At a welcome reception held at Baitul Islam Mosque, His Worship Michael Di Biase, the mayor of Vaughan City, presented the key of the city to Hadhrat. The focal point of this tour was the 28th Annual Convention of Canada, held on the 2nd to the 4th of July at the International Centre, Mississauga. Hadhrat's addresses to the convention were televised live on MTA International. The Prime Minister of Canada also sent a special message for the convention. The Promised Messiah initiated a scheme in 1905, commonly known in the Jamaat as the Wasiat, or the Will Scheme. This scheme was announced together with the announcement about the system of Khilafat in his book, The Will. Under the Wasiat scheme, devout Ahmadis who wish to become members of the scheme are required to attain higher spiritual changes in their life and commit a portion, not less than 1/10 of their lifetime earnings and any property, to the cause of Islam. By the year 2004, 38,000 devout Ahmadis had joined this blessed scheme. On the 1st of August 2004, during his concluding address to the International Annual Convention held in the UK, Hadhrat initiated a plan to get another 15,000 Ahmadis to join this scheme by 2005, which marks the centenary year of the scheme.
अगले साल इंशाल्लाह ताला वसीयत के निज़ाम को कायम हुए 100 साल हो जाएंगे, जैसा कि मैंने कहा। तो मेरी ये ख्वाहिश है और मैं ये तारीख करना चाहता हूँ कि इस आसमानी निज़ाम में अपनी ज़िंदगियों को पाक करने के लिए, अपनी नस्लों की ज़िंदगियों को पाक करने के लिए शामिल हों, आगे आएँ और कम से कम, ये कमों पेश अंदाज़ा मैंने दिया था, कम से कम 15,000 इस एक साल में नई वसाया हो जाएँ, ताकि कम से कम 50,000 वसाया तो ऐसी हों जो 100 साल में हम कैसे रहेंगे हुई। तो ऐसे मोमेंट तो निकले, कहा जा सके कि जिन्होंने खुदा के मसीह की आवाज़ पर लबैक करते हुए कुर्बानियों के आला मयार कायम किए।
He also said that it is his wish to include at least 50% of the earning members of the community to join this scheme. From the 16th of August 2004 to the 15th of September, Hadhrat travelled to Europe and graced the Ahmadiyya annual conventions of 3 European countries, starting with Germany. He arrived in Germany on the 17th of August and addressed their annual convention on all 3 days. The convention was held on the 20th, 21st and 22nd of August. On the 1st of September 2004, he set foot in Switzerland for the first time. A very warm welcome was extended to him by the Swiss officials and the Jamaat when he arrived at the Mahmoud Mosque in Zurich. During his visit, Hadhrat addressed the 3-day annual convention of the Swiss Jamaat, which was held on the 3rd, 4th and 5th of September. This visit was very historic in 2 ways. Firstly, it was the first ever that a Swiss convention was graced by a Khalifa, and secondly, for the first time in the movement's history, the sermon of a Khalifa was broadcast live across the globe from the Swiss soil. On the 8th of September, Hadhrat arrived in Brussels, Belgium, where he addressed their 3-day convention on the 10th, 11th and 12th of September. At the end of his tour, he briefly stayed in Holland from the 13th to the 15th of September. On the 30th of September 2004, Hadhrat went on a historic UK tour.